Let me ask you a question. If I gave you $1,000 today, what would you do with it? Would you spend it? Save in a bank? Or would you make it work for you? Most people spend it. A few save it. But the wealthy? They multiply it. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to double your money faster than you ever thought possible. No scams. No lottery tickets. No crypto gambling. Just real, proven, time-tested strategies that the top 1% have been using for decades, and that you can start using today, even if you have zero experience. So grab a notebook, because you're going to want to write this down. Let's get into it. Before we talk about how to double your money, we need to talk about why most people never do it. And the answer is simple: financial literacy. Nobody teaches us this stuff in school. You learn history, biology, math, but nobody sits you down and says, hey, here's how money actually works. Here's how inflation eats your savings. Here's how compound interest can make you rich or keep you poor. So what happens? Most people work hard their whole lives, put money in a savings account earning 1% interest, and wonder why they never get ahead. Here's the brutal truth. If you put $10,000 in a regular bank savings account at 1% interest, it will take you 72 years to double it. 72 years. You'll be dead before you see that money double. But if you invest that same $10,000 at 12% return, it doubles in just 6 years. Same money, totally different result. The only difference? Knowledge and action. That's what today is about. Let's fix that gap right now. I want to teach you the single most powerful formula in personal finance. It's called the Rule of 72. And once you understand this, you will never look at money the same way again. Here's how it works. Divide 72 by your annual return rate, and that tells you exactly how many years it takes to double your money. That's it. Simple division. At 1% in a bank savings account, it takes 72 years. At 6% conservative investing, it takes 12 years. At 10%, which is the stock market average, it takes just 7.2 years. At 12% with a strong portfolio, it takes 6 years. And at 24% through a high-growth business, it takes only 3 years. Now tell me, does it make sense to keep your money sitting in a bank? Absolutely not. The Rule of 72 is your compass. Every time someone offers you an investment, plug in the numbers. Ask yourself, how long will it take to double at this rate? If the answer is decades, find something better. And if someone promises to double your money in weeks, it's a scam. Run. The first and most accessible way to double your money is the stock market. Now I know what some of you are thinking. The stock market is risky. I don't want to lose my money. And you're right. If you do it wrong, it is risky. But here's the thing. There's a way to invest in the stock market that is low risk, requires almost no skill, and has historically returned 10 to 12% every single year. It's called index fund investing. An index fund is basically a basket of stocks, like the top 500 companies, all in one investment. You don't pick individual stocks. You don't need to watch charts. You don't need to be a financial genius. You just buy in, hold it, and let it grow. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10 to 12% per year over the last 50-plus years. So if you invest $5,000 today, in 6 to 7 years you have $10,000. In 12 to 14 years, you have $20,000. In 18 to 21 years, you have $40,000. And you didn't do anything extra. You just didn't touch it. The key rules are simple. Invest consistently every month no matter what. Never panic sell when the market drops. Think long-term, at least 5 years, and diversify so you're not putting everything in one stock. The stock market is not a casino if you play it smart. It's a wealth-building machine. The second strategy has created more millionaires than almost anything else in history: real estate. Now, real estate is powerful for one specific reason: leverage. Let's say you want to buy a $100,000 property. You don't need $100,000. You might only need $20,000 as a down payment, and the bank lends you the rest. Now that property appreciates in value. Let's say it goes up to $120,000 in a few years. You made $20,000 profit on a $20,000 investment. That's 100% return. You doubled your money using the bank's money. And on top of that, if you're renting it out, your tenant is paying your mortgage every month. You're building wealth while someone else pays for it. Smart investors typically see property appreciation of 5 to 10% per year, plus rental income of another 5 to 8%, giving a combined return of 10 to 18% annually. At 12%, your investment doubles in 6 years. At 18%, it doubles in just 4 years. You can start with a small property, look into REITs where you can invest in real estate with as little as $100, or even try house hacking. Buy a property, live in one part, and rent out the rest. Real estate isn't just for the rich. It's for anyone willing to learn and take action. Now, this is the strategy with the highest potential return, starting your own business. Think about it. When you invest in the stock market, you're investing in someone else's business. But when you start your own business, you control everything. The profit ceiling is unlimited. I'm not saying go quit your job tomorrow. I'm saying start a side business. Something small, something you can grow. Online businesses like drop shipping, digital products, freelancing, social media management, or YouTube monetization are all great options. Local businesses like home food, tutoring, car washing, or buying and reselling product work just as well. A well-run business can return 50%, 100%, even 200% in its first year. At 50%, return your money doubles in 1.4 years. At 100%, return you double in less than 1 year. The biggest mistake people make? They wait for the perfect idea. There's no perfect idea. There's only execution. Start, learn, grow, double. Now I want to talk about something most financial channels never mention, and I think it's actually the most important investment you can make. Investing in yourself. Your skills, your knowledge, your mindset. These are assets that can never be taken away from you. Think about it. If you spend $500 on a course that teaches you a high-income skill like coding, digital marketing, copywriting, or sales, and that skill helps you earn an extra $1,000 per month, that's a 200% monthly return on your investment. No stock in the world can beat that. Warren Buffett himself said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." So here's the question. What skill, if you learn it right now, would double your income? Whatever it is, that's where you should be putting your money and your time. Because when you invest in yourself, you raise your earning potential, and a higher income means more money to invest in everything else we talked about. It's a compounding cycle of growth. Albert Einstein once called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Compound interest means you earn returns not just on your original money, but on your returns too. Let me show you with numbers. You invest $10,000 at 12% per year. In year 6, you have $20,000 doubled. In year 12, you have $40,000. That's 4 times. In year 18, you have $80,000. That's 8 times. And in year 30, you have over $300,000. That's 30 times your original investment. You invested $10,000 and ended up with $300,000. You did nothing extra. You just waited. This is why starting early is so critical. If you start at 25 versus 35, that 10-year difference could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement. Every year you wait is money you're leaving on the table. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Before we wrap up, let me warn you about the most dangerous traps that stop people from ever doubling their money. The first mistake is falling for get-rich-quick schemes. If someone promises to double your money in days or weeks, it is a scam, period. Walk away. The second mistake is emotional investing. When the market drops, don't panic sell. Successful investors stay calm and actually buy more. The third mistake is putting all your eggs in one basket. Never put all your money in one stock, one crypto, or one anything. Always diversify. The fourth mistake is waiting for the perfect time. The market is always uncertain. The best strategy is consistent, regular investing no matter what. And the fifth mistake is ignoring inflation. If your money isn't growing faster than inflation, you're actually getting poorer every single year. Avoid these mistakes, and you're already ahead of 90% of people. All right, let's bring it all together. Today, you learned the rule of 72 and how to calculate exactly how fast your money doubles. You learned about stock market index funds for passive investing with 10 to 12% annual returns. You learn about real estate and how to use leverage to double your money in 4 to 6 years. You learned about starting a business as the fastest path to 100% or more returns. You learned about investing in yourself as the highest ROI investment of all. You learn about the power of compounding and why starting now matters more than anything. And you learn the mistakes to avoid so you protect what you build. Knowledge without action is worthless. The people who double their money aren't smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They just started. Pick one strategy from today. Just one. And take one action this week. Open a brokerage account. Research one index fund. Start one side hustle. Buy one course. Just one thing. Because the person you'll be in 5 years depends entirely on the decisions you make today. Which strategy are you starting with? Tell me in the comments. I personally read every single one. If this video gave you value, smash that like button and subscribe, because every week I drop content that helps you build real lasting wealth. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go build wealth.